Hey everybody, Ron Harris here, MD Online Editor, with some breaking news that happened over the weekend. A lot of you guys out there who are bodybuilding aficionados probably had no love for CrossFit, hate CrossFit. Kind of like back in the old days, disco versus rock. The rock fans would always spray paint "disco sucks" and wear the "disco sucks" t-shirt. So what happened over the weekend, Saturday, the CEO of CrossFit, a gentleman named Greg Glassman, made a very insensitive, racially insensitive tweet. And that one tweet might have spelled the end of the CrossFit brand. Believe it or not, you saw it in the thumbnail. So it was a comment to a tweet from the Institute for Health Metrics and Evaluation saying racism is a public health issue. And Greg Glassman, the CEO of CrossFit, tweeted back, "It's Floyd 19, all caps Floyd, comma 19, sort of making a mockery of the George Floyd situation, how comparing it to the COVID-19. And, it didn't matter later. He went on to apologize the next day, but the damage was done. The damage was done immediately. You probably know that CrossFit has been affiliated with Reebok for 10 years now. A lot of people mistakenly think that Reebok owns CrossFit. That is not the case. They had a partnership for the last 10 years. That's why you see all the Reebok CrossFit sneakers, shoes, clothing. They sponsored the CrossFit Games all these years. It was called the Reebok CrossFit Games. They announced that later this year, when the contract is up, they're not going to renew. They're ending their relationship with CrossFit. In response to this, many CrossFit gyms, boxes as they like to be called, immediately announced that they would be severing ties with CrossFit. They were just going to become independent gyms. So instead of CrossFit Boston, it's just going to be Boston Fitness or something generic. Now, they can still use all the same equipment. They can still come up with the same type of workouts on their own. They just won't be official CrossFit affiliates anymore. A lot of the top CrossFit athletes came out immediately on their social media saying that they were very upset about Mr. Glassman's tweet and that they were unsure about their future, or that they were, some of them announced they were severing their ties. Some of the athletes who went out, who spoke out immediately, were past CrossFit Game champions, multiple champions: Rich Froning, Tia Claire Toomey, Jason Khalipa. These are all very, very big names in the CrossFit community. They're the top people. Anyone, if you know anyone that's a CrossFitter who follows CrossFit, they know who these people are. So these athletes, they don't want to be affiliated with this company anymore, with CrossFit. So, wow, this is huge, and it just goes to show you, in this age of social media, all it takes is one stupid thing, one insensitive, callous thing, and you're done. So this gentleman, with one tweet, probably destroyed the CrossFit brand. Maybe I'm being a little premature with that. Maybe they can come back from this. I don't know. Maybe they can. But public relations nightmare. The fact that he apologized, it doesn't even matter. People don't. Once you've made a tweet like that or a post like that, it's there forever. People are talking about my comeback here. No. Yeah, once you do that, that's it. It's there forever. Reebok business against CrossFit. Yeah, I'm not going to comment on the CrossFit style of training. We can argue all day long. I know the people that do it, they love it. Yeah, it's dangerous. It's ballistic movements. It's a lot of Olympic lifts being done by people that don't really have that level of coaching to be doing the lifts properly. And those lifts were not meant to be done for high reps, back to back with other exercises, the way they're done. I'm not even debating the CrossFit methodology or the way of training. What I'm telling you now is it's very, very likely CrossFit the company, the brand, has suffered such a tremendous blow just because of one insensitive tweet from their CEO, which was making light of the George Floyd death and you could sort of extend that, saying if you say anything mocking George Floyd, that you're against Black Lives Matter movement, that you're, it's you could read it any number of ways, but the bottom line is he's not going to come back from that. It's there forever. The only possible way he could have get out of this is if he could have proved that wasn't him. Somebody hacked his Twitter account and that wasn't him, but he never said that. He admitted that was Mr. Glassman did make that statement, saying Floyd 19, comparing the George Floyd death to the COVID-19 and the quarantine, making light of it. It was bad idea, poor judgment. I'm really surprised that someone who was a CEO of a huge company with many millions of dollars in revenue, sponsorships. Rogue was a huge sponsor of theirs. They're going to be probably cutting ties with them, it looks like, too. So the Reebok's not coming back. I don't see that any other footwear company like Nike or Adidas. Actually, I think Adidas owns Reebok anyway. I don't see any other footwear company wanting to step in and say, oh, you know what, we'll sponsor you now. You can be with us. He had since apologized, but denied any racism. Yeah, Roger, once you say anything that's racist, you can't come back and say, well, I'm not a racist and I shouldn't have posted that. Those were your words, sir. You typed that. You posted that on your Twitter. That was coming from your account. There's no denying it. And, unfortunately, I don't think there's any coming back from this. Maybe he'll step down and there'll be a new CEO and they'll go out of their way to do more for the black community and support Black Lives Matter with some financial contributions to the related causes. Maybe there is a way back from it. I don't know. Yeah, Roger, the athletes are withdrawing from the games. I'm wondering, I don't even know how they can have the CrossFit games. You can't have the crowds. And these people are all close. You can't keep the people all, they're not that close together. They are distanced when they do these competitions. I've been to them. Yeah, Mayor. Yeah, Dan. That's why I stay out of this. Whatever I feel, I just don't feel this is my lane. And I feel like other people are better qualified to speak on these matters. I understand that silence can also, or, not coming out in support can be seen as a lack of support or being against. I'm certainly not. But this isn't about me. This is about CrossFit and Mr. Glassman. So that's the state of CrossFit right now. It looks to be in serious jeopardy. The CrossFit brand might be done. So that's not to say that there still won't be gyms where people train in CrossFit style and still do the kipping pull-ups and the kettlebell swings and the burpees and the box jumps and the double unders. People can train, there's no patent on that way of training. You can't say, you can't train CrossFit style. So these gyms, these CrossFit gyms, a lot of them are going to drop the CrossFit name. They're not going to pay to keep that affiliation anymore. So CrossFit, they're going to lose so much revenue. I don't know how they're going to survive this. Mayor, it's on the thumbnail. Just go back. I'm going to watch the video later. So anyway, guys, I had to keep this quiet. I had to keep this brief because people have no attention span. I've already gone on too long. So that was the news. CrossFit CEO Greg Glassman made a racially insensitive tweet. And CrossFit brand might be done. All done. Impression review. Gold's Gym bankruptcy. No, man, I got to stay on topic. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. We'll see you next time.